how to get this money in trucking. How to get this money in trucking. I'm gonna show you guys in this video how your LLC can make 60 to 80K a year after you pay yourself 30% and you pay your taxes. 60 to 80K. You don't believe it? Man, look at this right here. I heard in the video somebody said, man, show the money. The money is the proof in the pudding. Man, this ain't nothing but 5 bands, man. It's Black Friday. I'm about to go blow this with the family. 5 bands, man, easy. Take it easy out here early. Let go. 60 to 80K. I'm going to show you how to get it. Let's get it. Masterpiece style.
You do what you want when you pop it. Yeah. You do what you want when you pop it. You do what you want when you cop it. You do what you want when you got it. Yeah. You do what you want when you pop it. You do what you want when you got it. Huh? I be your sir, they know it.
Huh? You do what you want when you pop it. You do what you want when you pop it. You do what you want when you got it. Yo, you do what you want when you got it. Do what you want when you popping, man. Do what you want when you popping. What up, y'all, man? Let me take my Louis V scarf off on y'all. Hold up. Get that thing off. Straight like that. You do what you want when you popping. You buy what you want when you got it. Alright, so put this off to the side right there. Yeah. Alright, what's going on, y'all? So, y'all know your boy is after Thanksgiving, so everybody is full, feeling really lazy, man. I posted this on my Facebook. I said, man, I was feeling lazy. I'm on my home time, but I gotta get this video to y'all. So I'm gonna get this video to y'all. Whew, I'm telling you, Thanksgiving, man, it's a great holiday, man. You get all family and eat good food, man. It's a great time of the year. But in our video today, what we're gonna talk about is how to make 60K to 80K a year after you pay taxes and after you pay yourself between $750 and $850 a week. All right, a lot to digest, to think about. I know I'm gonna have my critics come on and say, oh, what about this and what about that and all of this and all of that. I'm gonna show you all this stuff, man. I'm gonna write it down on a piece of paper and explain it to you. It's a certain number that you guys want to kind of be at, and you can get to a number that you can get to also by being a solo driver, man. So we're gonna get into all of that today in this video. And we're gonna do some vape war stuff, man. So you know that's gonna come in towards the end of the video. I'm gonna do my vape warring. Cause I gotta fire back at Trucker Brown, man. He made a video, man, firing back at me on my last video, man. And I'm telling you, when I say it was hilarious, man, I had to pull the truck over just cause I was laughing so hard. He fired back at me so bad, man. He tried to Meek Mill me. For those of y'all that don't know, he tried to, you know, do the Drake Meek Mill thing on me, you know what I mean? He tried to murder me. So I vowed that I'm gonna fire back on that, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna have to fire back at the right brother. So that's what's up, man. If y'all wanna get in these vape wars, man, y'all get in them. Show us a cloud, compete, man. It's all fun and love, man. We all family, man. Well, we're trucker family. We're not literally family, but we're trucker family. So it's all fun and games, man. Nothing personal. So I don't want nobody to start thinking, oh, well, my cloud bigger than yours, and when I see you, I don't want to get it. It ain't none of that, man. This is all fun and games. All right, so as y'all can see, my joint sitting right here. And it's so crazy because Trucker Brown said, drippers are for the P word. You know, I'm not going to say the word exactly, you know what I'm saying, because my kids watch this too. So I'm not going to say the P word, but he said drippers are for P's. All right, so fine, no problem. Okay, that's how you want to roll. We can roll like that. I'm gonna kill you with tanks, all right? And at the end of the video, man, you brought your lieutenant out in your last video. He brought somebody out that was vaping with him. You know what I mean? So it was like there was an army. He was the captain. He brought his lieutenant. I got my lieutenant too, man. You're gonna see in the end of the video. We gonna take y'all to war. We gonna duck and dodge and banging them, man. Duck and dodge and banging them. You know what I'm saying, duck, dodge, bang. Duck, dodge, bang. And this is a dripper, man. But I'm not gonna be using a dripper, man. I just wanted to show you, you know what I mean, something that I picked up this weekend on Black Friday. So, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty dope, man. It's an unregulated box, man. And she's a beast, man. But that's for the dripper stuff. But we ain't gonna kill you with the dripper, man. We're gonna kill you with the tank, man. I got a brand new tank, man. That's a pretty decent one too, man. It has a nickel build in it. So I'm burning this at temperature control, man. And we're gonna get into all that, man. But let me get to the video. For the day first in the material at hand. All right, first thing, man, I want to give a shout out to my man Carl, man. All right, I was at the terminal maybe 2 weeks ago, a week ago, something like that. All right, and you guys remember my videos? You know I like Pepsis, man. I drink Pepsis. I love a Pepsi. I said, man, next time y'all see me out, and if you're appreciative of my videos, man, have a Pepsi in your hand. All right. So I get a lot of stuff in my inbox, people telling me that they appreciate my videos, but nobody's coming to me with a Pepsi. Do you know that this dude walked over to my truck, handed me 2 Pepsis, man? Handed me 2 Pepsis. So shout out to you, Carl, man. I know you watch my videos, man. Give a shout out to you. He's a flatbed with Prime as well, man. He the only one that gave me a Pepsi, man. And where's the rest of y'all at with my Pepsis, man? Y'all playing games, man. Just don't even, man. Have my Pepsi if you appreciate my videos, man. Shocked me because he was the first one to give me a Pepsi. He gave me not 1 but 2 Pepsis, man. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. Yo, I appreciate that because, you know, that shows that you really do appreciate my videos. And this is your way of saying thank you by handing me a Pepsi. I appreciate that. So shout out to you, Carl, on that, man. No doubt. Appreciate those Pepsis, homeboy. What else? Oh, yeah, real quick. So I was telling you guys about those NRG pills, man, that my dad gave me. Natural energy supplement. So now I'm going to actually show y'all, because I told y'all I was going to show y'all when I get home, the actual pill. So this is what the pill look like, right? Show y'all to the camera. That's what the pill look like, man. It's a natural energy pill, natural herb. It's nothing added to it, okay? All right, so I got a couple of these here. My dad gave me another sample to show you guys. Let me back that out the camera a little bit. But there it is. All right. These things work great, man. That's what I was telling you guys about, man. These things give great energy, no crash, no nothing. And they're called NRG pills, man. All right. So what I'm going to do is, like I told you guys, I linked up with my dad on this. So now I got my own website. So you guys can go here to purchase these pills as well. All right. You get like a month's supply for like, I think like 30, 40 bucks, man. Great value. And they work great. So you guys can go to my site to get them now, which is actually going to be Total Life Changes / On Point T. Okay. That's On Point T. Basically, it's like the name ONPOINT and then the spelling of tea. So TEA, like a herbal tea. All right. So it's going to be Total Life Changes / On Point T. You guys can go there and get those pills, man. They like 40 bucks for a month supply, man. And I'm telling you, they're great. It's better than drinking Red Bulls, crap like that. They give you the crash to them at the end, the sugar and all that. Just don't have it. Like I already told you, man. You guys just go to the site, man. Check it out. And it'll tell you all about it, man. You know what I'm saying? It'll have some stuff. Let me see. Pops gave me some brochures. They have brochure stuff there talking about TLC, you know, explaining what TLC is all about. You know what I'm saying? You got some stuff there. It looks like they show you the organic. See, that's the tea right there. So if you guys are into tea, right there, you can order the tea, man, and get the tea on my website as well. And there's another picture of the tea, man. It's just an herbal tea, and this tea actually, I think this tea is what helps you. It has some stuff in there that helps you lose weight. So you guys get on this tea right here, man. You guys are like that. It's also like a detox and stuff like that. So those that are coming into trucking, man, you're looking to detox your system, man. If you got that crap in your system, man, check out the tea, man. And just hear some more stuff, man, about them doing fruits and stuff like that. So it's a healthy site, man. We're about helping out, getting healthy in trucking, man. Because like I said before, man, we do so much crap on sitting down, man. I had to go get a massage this weekend, man. When I got a massage, wife paid for a massage for me. Man, that thing was great, man. She worked the muscles in my back, took all the knots out, man. And I got to start doing one of those like every time I come home, man, just because we sit for so long holding the steering wheel and your back just gets tight. So it's good to get those massages. All right, so without further ado, man, let's go, man. We already 9 minutes into this video on advertisement. I'm done with the advertisement. All right, so we're going to get into our topic today about how to make 60K to 80K into your LLC account, okay? And also pay yourself $750 to $850 a week. All right, and this is all after taxes, okay? Which what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the camera around, give you guys examples on a notebook on exactly what I'm saying and what I'm doing, so to give you guys a breakdown on what I'm talking about. Instead of me just sitting here throwing numbers at you and you guys are probably sitting there trying to calculate it, you can get a little, you know what I mean, a little lost. So I'm gonna give it to you guys ABC step style. It's pretty much like three steps to this formula. I figure I created this formula. It's something I thought about, and it's something that works. You got to stick to it. You got to do it, live by it religiously, and you'll be successful with it. So without further ado, man, I'm gonna flip the camera around and I'm gonna do the examples on a notebook piece of paper, and I'm gonna explain to you what I'm doing, and then we're gonna come back to FaceTime and talk about it a little bit more, and then we're gonna get into the vape war after that. We're gonna get into the vape war. All right, Lego. Let's see what we got. Turn them. All right, so we back here now. I got it written down on paper, man. So y'all gotta work with me on this one, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through these numbers with you guys. Step A, step B, step C, step D, step E, and step F, and then I'm gonna show you guys about how much you can make per year, per month, per week, stuff of that nature. All right, so I'm gonna go through this relatively slowly so you guys can grasp on, man. Make sure you guys are paying attention to this video, watching this, because it's gonna be more so of you're gonna have to view this more than listen to it. So this one is gonna be more of a view. Let me get a vape in here real quick. Took me a little while to put these numbers in. I ain't vape, so I had to. Whew. All right. So I didn't get a chance to vape. Man, this phone right here, man, is gonna be a pain because it keeps on cutting in and out, and I don't have the setting set up on it to where it stays on because I don't want the battery to die either. All right, so this is how we're gonna operate. All right, so you got, let me get my pencil as my pointing guide. So you got step A, all right? Step A, the important thing that you wanna do is you wanna make sure that your revenue, and at least to make this work, you're gonna want a revenue between $5,000 and $6,000 a week, okay? $5,000 and $6,000 a week. I'm gonna do a solo point to it, and I'm gonna show you a team point to it. Team point is gonna make more, of course, but as you guys know, my suggestion is do not run team unless that is your mate, like your husband, your wife, stuff like that. Because when you start getting into trying to do it with a buddy or friend, man, these numbers are gonna be different for you, and it's gonna be, you know, actually you'd be making less because now you gotta pay the buddy, and you know how that goes. Watch my video about team driving if you don't understand what I'm talking about. All right, so what you're gonna wanna do is make between like $5,000, $6,000 in revenue per week, okay? Now this can be done, 5,000 as a solo driver, relatively easy. All right, I understand with the winter time, revenue and freight slows down, but in the spring and summer, and you know, even still in the winter time, man, you can still at least try to get 5,000 in revenue. Okay, 5,000 in revenue, 6,000 if you can. That makes it better. Your paycheck is better. All right, so that's step A. Okay, you wanna get 5,000, between 5,000 and 6,000 in revenue. All right. All right. Step B is your expenses. All right. So like I've told you guys before, your expenses are going to be half of pretty much what your revenue is. Okay, and the expenses, as I've said here, includes all expenses plus the fuel. All right. So if you make 5,000, you know your expense is probably gonna be somewhere about 25. All right, like I said before, fuel is gonna run you about 1,300. If you have your truck notes and stuff like that. So let me get up on this here so you guys can see this a little bit better. All right, so half of whatever you revenue is gonna be, you know, expenses. Half of the expenses are gonna go out of that. All right, so then that means it's gonna leave you, if you do 5,000, you're gonna be left with, after your expenses of 25, you're gonna be left with step C, which is gonna be net settlement. It's gonna leave you about $2,500 solo, okay? If you can do like 7,000 or so like that on the team side, then you'll be left with about 3,500. You know what I mean? So whatever you revenue, half of that is going to come out, and then the other half is going to be half of it is going to be expenses, half of it is going to be your net settlement for the most part in trucking. All right. So just to make this a lot easier, I just used a play with figure of 2,500. This number can go up, this number can go down, just depends on your revenue, okay? But you want to try, like I said, you want to try to keep your revenue about 5,000 to 6,000 a week if you can, which is relatively easy, okay? It's not asking the world to make that number. But so step C is going to be your net settlement after your expenses take out. So you get $2,500 to 3,500, depends on, you know, that's it. I put here 3,500 for team if you did like 7,000, and 2,500 here for solo drivers. Okay, so what we're going to do is next step is step D. It is paying yourself as an employee. Okay, so what you want to do out of this settlement amount, you want to pay yourself as an employee yourself between 30% and 34% of this settlement amount of 25 or 3,500 if you're a team. And when you do that, then you're going to come up with these figures here, okay? So if you pay yourself, the higher the percentage, the more you're going to end up paying yourself, but the less you're going to put into your LLC, which we'll get into that and I'll show you. All right, so just on a basic scale number, say you bring net home $2,500, okay? So now you're going to do 25 times 30% of whatever 25 is, which is going to give you $750 per week. So you're paying yourself $750 per week. Okay, if you want to do you say you need a little bit more, you got some more expenses at the house that requires you use more than $750 requires you make more than $750 a week. All right, well then let's try 2,500 times 32%, which will bring you up to $800 per week. Okay, if you need a little bit more, then you can do 2,500 times 34%, which is $850 per week. I don't recommend that you go any higher than 34%. Okay, because now you're starting to take away from your LLC, which I'm gonna show you in the end. The LLC is the place that you want your money to go, man. It's gonna be your backbone, and I'm gonna show you in these numbers. All right, so right here, for the 30%, as you can see, after 1 month, you know, you make $750 per week, so you do $750 times 4 for a month, you have $3,000 that you made in a month as paying yourself. Okay, as a driver, as an employee. Okay, if you do the 32%, you have $3,200. If you do the 34%, you'll have $3,400. Okay. All right, so now we go on down to the next step, which is step E, is paying your LLC the rest, which is 70%, between 70% and 66%, depending on which percentage you need to pay yourself as an employee. All right, so if we do the 2,500 times 70% to your LLC will make $1,750 per week. Okay, that's $1,750 per week if you pay your LLC 70% and you pay yourself as an employee 30%. Okay, if you do the 68% to your LLC, it'd be 2,500 times 68%, which would pay your LLC $1,700 per week. Okay, which that as a solo driver, if you're paying yourself as an employee, would be $800. Okay, that's the 32. All right, so if you do the 2,500 times 66%, it would pay your LLC $1,650 per week. That would be paying yourself as an employee $850 per week. So you just need to figure out how much your bills are at home, your at-home expenses, and figure out which one of these categories you need to go in. You know, if you need a little bit more for home, for expenses at home, then, you know, you choose the 800, 850. If you really don't have no expenses at home, man, and you really don't have no overhead at the house, yo, go with the 750, man. 750 a week for a solo person, and you don't have no bills at home, but maybe like a car note or something like that, is great, because guess what you're doing? You're putting more money into your LLC right here, 1750. All right, which we're going to get, like I said, we're going to get into it. So if you do the 1750 per month, or per week into your LLC, at the end of the month, your LLC will have, as you can see here, $7,000, okay? If you do the 68%, your LLC will have the 68%. We'll have the 6,800 per month. And if you do the 66%, your LLC will have $6,600 per month, okay? Hope you guys are understanding this. Sorry about this pencil, man. This is a little funny because, you know, in order for you to point with this thing on the camera, I have to push down. It's kind of opposite. So you got to excuse me on that. All right. So step F is what you're going to want to do is called paying taxes. Taxes you're going to pay on the total amount of the $2,500, okay? So don't worry about the taxes on the personal side that you're paying yourself personally, because what it's going to do is going to tax this $2,500. Remember, that's your settlement amount coming in. So we're taxing the settlement amount that's coming in before it's divided out into the different areas, okay? And what that's going to end up doing is going to end up being 20% of whatever you gross for the year that you bring in, okay? So for the most part, I look at it like you're going to spend anywhere between $16,000 and $20,000 a year as a truck driver with an LLC, and you're on not even W-2, excuse me, that's company drivers, but you're on a DD, I'm talking military, but you're doing your own taxes. It's so crazy. You're doing your own taxes. I don't have to worry about this because I have a tax person who does all this, but I understand how it goes. So you're going to spend 20% of what you gross for the year in taxes. So that's how you got to look at it. So the way that I look at it as a solo driver, you're going to spend about $4,000 per quarter in taxes, which equals $16,000 per year in taxes. Okay. So if you're a solo driver. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to flip it on this back side of this page right here. And I'm going to just give you guys a breakdown of how you'd be looking per year, per month, per year, stuff of that nature. And it'll give you a ballpark of how much you actually will be putting it into your LLC and how much you will actually be making as a driver, paying yourself, okay? Now, this is not for company drivers, okay? Sorry, company drivers, you guys are company drivers, man, this is not for you, okay? I can't explain to you how to do your numbers because you guys are making like cents on the dollar. So I don't know. I can't tell you that. Reason why I can't tell you, man, I ain't never been a company driver. So I've always been a lease driver, and this is the numbers that I use and I work with, and this is what works. So this is not going to be geared towards people who drive for companies that are company drivers. This is going to be more so owner operators, lease drivers, people who pay expenses. All right. Maybe I'll do a video for company drivers later on maybe how to do it, how to stack some money. But with this formula right here, man, forget being a company, man. You follow this formula right here, man, you could be a lease driver and make way more money, which I'm showing you right now. These lease drivers make what you make in a paycheck in a week. We make that double your paycheck for the most part, okay? We're talking about $2,500 a week, bring home money, and you guys are talking about like $1,200, $1,300, $1,400. Okay, I know that you guys don't pay a truck note, and yeah, you guys might be saying, well, I don't pay no truck note, I don't pay for my bill on it. End of the day, you're not making these numbers. Okay, you're not doing these numbers. You're not gonna do these numbers. So that's real talk. All right, so back to this paperwork, man. So this is from a team aspect. There is some solo guys that will make this kind of money right here, man. This is just on a 35. If you was making 3,500 take home a week, this is what this scale would look like. So I did it for teams that revenue like 7,000 and you bring home like 3,500. Okay, so let's go over this. All right, so you see up there at the top, if you was a team and you brought home, you netted 3,500, you did 7,000 in revenue, you would do 35 times 70. This is going into your LLC now, okay? So you do 35 times 70, so you would put $2,450 into your LLC account, and that's per week, okay? Then your next one would be 3,500 times 68% would be $2,380 per week in your LLC account. Next, you have 3,500 times 66%, which would be $2,310 per week in your LLC account. All right, so now the next numbers underneath there is what you'll be paying yourself as a team. That's why I said this will work great for like husband and wife, because all the money is coming in one household. It's not being divided. You guys are husband and wife. You guys got bills all under the same roof. So next one would be 3,500 times 30%, which you would take out $1,050 per week for you guys itself, okay, to pay you guys' bills. If you did 32%, you would take out $1,120. Okay, if you did 34%, then you would take out $1,190. Okay, so it just all depends on if you guys are the husband and wife team and you kids are out of the house, you don't have no expenses, then I would say go with the lower number because you guys are pretty much on retirement area. You guys have no overhead bills. So then let's put more money into our LLC for the long run, which I'm gonna show you right down here, the long run number, okay? So LLC, here we go. So if you're doing the 70% into your LLC, that means you would make $9,800 per month going into your LLC per month, okay? Which will equal $117,600 per year. Yo, that's 6 figures. That's 6 figures. You're a 6-figure contractor or worker. $117,600 per year if you put 70% into your LLC, okay? If you did the 68% into your LLC, you would be putting $9,520 per month into your LLC account, which would equal $114,240 per year. I said that incorrectly. Let's try that again. $114,240 per year. There we go. If you did the 68% into your LLC. If you did the 66%, then it'd be $9,240 per month that goes into your LLC. And you would make $110,888 per year. Okay. Now this is the number that's going to be in your LLC at the end of the year. If you're doing these numbers and you're putting these numbers back and putting it here per year, every year you will make 117, 114, 110. If you keep your revenue at about $7,000 and you're bringing home after expenses about $3,500, okay? This is simple math, easy. All right, so net to you, what you would be paying yourself as an employee, this is LLC money, okay? So this is not your money, this is your business money that you have stacked up. So paying yourself per month, you would be at $4,200 per month, okay, which would equal $50,400 per year, okay, that you would make. All right, if you did that's at the 30%, okay. Now, if you did the 32%, you would make $4,480 per month, which means that you would pay yourself $53,760 per year. That's how much you would make per year. All right, if you did 34%, you would be $4,760 per month, which would equal you making $57,120 per year. Okay, so that's what you make per year. Okay, this is what you would make per month at 30%, 32%, 34%. Like I said, it all depends on what expenses you have, which one you should do. But you should never go higher than 34%. Okay, because then you start throwing these numbers off. All right, now that's for a team. So as a solo, let's see what a solo would do. Let me adjust this camera here. Sorry, guys, I had to move. All right, so as a solo, you know, you're making at 30%, paying yourself 30%, you would make $3,000 per month. Okay, that's what I say. That's for like the solo guy who doesn't have any expenses over his head. You pay yourself $3,000 per month, which equals to you making $36,000 per year. Okay, paying yourself as an employee. You would make $36,000 paying yourself as an employee. If you did 32%, you would make $3,200 per month, which would mean that you make $38,400 per year as your own employee, as yourself. And then you got $34,000, which is 34% per month, and you would make $40,800 per year. Okay, now that's paying yourself. That's the money that you make yourself. Okay, now let's see what your LLC would make. So that means you would be putting $7,000 per month into your LLC, which is 70% into your LLC, which equals you having $84,000 in your LLC at the end of the year. Okay, that's your LLC account by itself having $84,000 in it. All right. If you did the 68%, you would have $6,800 per month in your LLC account, which would equal $81,600 in your LLC account for the year. All right, and if you did the 66%, then it's $6,600 per month, which would equal $79,200 per year in your LLC account. Okay, now before I take this back to FaceTime, I do want you guys to remember that these numbers to configure this take 20% away from this number that's in your LLC, and that's what you need to pay in taxes. So that's why I'm gonna bring the calculator in real quick. Oh, drop my pencil. All right, so let me pull this calculator up. All right, so simple math here. So let's do 80, so as a solo driver, you guys can see it's 84,000, okay? That's the number that you need to tax, okay? That's what you're gonna be paying tax on every year, okay? Don't worry about your solo numbers, 36, 38, 40, stuff like that. The reason why, because that's the amount that's coming out of your settlement already, you know? So this is the number that we're going to tax. That's what we're going to be paying taxes on, okay, is your LLC per year. So you got 84,000 there, right, as a solo driver. Let's see, 84. You guys got to excuse me, man. Like I said, man, I'm trying to, let me put it down and try to work this. This is crazy. All right, 80. Let's see, 84,000 times 0.20. As you guys can see, so you would pay on $84,000 a year to your LLC as a solo driver, paying yourself, paying your LLC 70%, you would pay $16,800 in taxes. All right, so if you're paying that amount in taxes, let's go back. So you made 84,000. You subtract 16,800 equals what? There it is. So after you pay your taxes on your LLC, on your business, your LLC will still have $67,000 in the account. Excuse me, don't let me take that 200 is important money, right? So you have $67,200 in your LLC bank account at the house, okay? On top of that, you've already paid yourself $36,000 out of that money, okay? So this money up here that you pay yourself, you don't tax this money, okay? Only money that you tax is the money that's in your LLC, and the reason why is because, remember dating back to this, here on the front, okay, out of your expenses, the net settlement is $2,500. This is what we're taxing, okay? The $2,500 is what is being taxed, okay? So when you take your amount out of here, either your $750, $800, $850 out of here, okay, that's already being taxed because the rest of that just goes into here. So that's what you're being taxed on. All right, so you don't have to worry about being taxed on this money because you're being taxed on this. This is what you're revenuing, okay? Your revenue is going to come out of that. So you don't have to worry about really taxing this money at all, okay? Or, you know, if you want to break that down, like I said, you just pay on your business tax because that's what's paying you. You know what I mean? You're paying tax on this 84,000. That's already paid out to that. So you don't have to worry about paying tax on that. You have to pay tax on that. So you would still make $67. So what we did, $67,200 even after taxes was paid. Let's try to do, for the guy who needs to do 68%. So you got 81. Let's see, 81,600 times 20% in taxes. Okay. Oh, that number isn't right. That's too big. All right, I did something wrong. Let's try again. $81,600 times 0.20. All right, there it is. So you would pay $1,632, so, or $16,032, 320, excuse me. All right, so 16, I got that. So 81,600 subtract 16,320. There it is. You still would make $65,000 a year in your LLC after you pay your taxes. All right. So man, that's just what it is. I'll show you guys how a team one looks, how that 117 one looks. So let's see, 117,600 times, for taxes 20%, which would equal, so we're going to pay 23,000 basically in taxes. You can see that there. We're going to pay 23,500 in taxes. So let's see, Let's go back. Put in that 117,600. Subtract 23,520. You have $94,000 in your LLC by May. $94,000 in your LLC at the end of the year if you put 70% of your $3,500 in there. And that's you paying taxes. That's crazy. That's good money, man. That's what I do, man. So we're gonna take this back to FaceTime, man. I'm gonna wrap this video up. Hope y'all understood it. And let's go back to FaceTime. Right, so there y'all go. Y'all just got the one-on-one on how I do my LLC. Like I was saying, man, don't worry about taxing the money that you pay yourself, because you're gonna take that out of your LLC amount, 20% of whatever you make. You can either pay taxes quarterly or you can pay it yearly. Depends on what you wanna do, how you wanna do it. If you wanna do it quarterly, then after each 3 months, do your numbers, times it by, times whatever your total number is that's in your LLC by 20%, and that's how much you need to pay in taxes, okay? Pretty simple. And this dude ain't messing with me. But anyway, man, if y'all got questions, man, about this, man, review this video again. Watch it again, understand it, understand these numbers, man. It's money to be made in trucking, and it's out here for the taking for us, man. And if you have the will and the drive to go get it, you can get it. You can be successful. You can be a six-figure gentleman like myself. Or if you're not willing to have the drive and go do it, then you know, I heard in the video that trucking is not a dead-end job. Trucking can become a dead-end job. Okay, it can be just as bad as your job back home. Okay, if you're not willing to expand your thought and get out here and get this money and be an owner operator, be a lease driver, be something where you're pulling for your own entity. Don't pull for nobody else's entity. Don't be no company driver. Don't make cents on a dollar. That don't make sense. You're making somebody else richer. Okay, get your money out here, get an LLC. Don't be afraid to fall. Don't be afraid to fail because, oh, I've heard this story about leasing. I heard this about owner operators. They got to do this, they got to do that. All the ones who tell you the stories that they fail, they're lazy. They fail to try hard and to understand the numbers. This ain't hard to me, man. I do this on a daily basis, man. I come home and you see this right here, man. I blow it, man. It's nothing. I blow this stuff, man. This is nothing to me. I make it rain. It's nothing. I mean, it's nothing. Money all over the freaking place. It's nothing. All right. So, without further ado, man, I'm about to get into the vape wars, man. This ain't hard, man. Get this money. There's money out here to be made. Wipe your tears away. Oh, I don't want to drop my Cartiers. Blow your nose with it. Make a sandwich, man. It's easy. It's easy to make this money, man. I just gave y'all my formula, my secret, man. So if y'all ain't making money, man, it's because you ain't trying and you don't want to make money. So if that's the kind of life you want to live, man, go work at McDonald's and be dead end. Or go work for a company, be a company driver and be dead end. Company drivers are dead end drivers too, man. So because you're making like 43 cents on a mile, you'll never own a damn truck making 43 cents on a mile. Matter of fact, it's not even your truck to own. You're not paying on anything. It's somebody else's truck, and you might as well be working at McDonald's. So, can trucking be a dead-end job? Yes, it can be a dead-end job if you're a company driver. I'm going to keep it 100. If you're a company driver, it can be a dead-end job. If you're a lease operator, I just gave you guys, a lease operator, owner operator, I just gave you guys a formula on how to make between 60 and 80K a year. Okay, I even showed you guys a formula if you got husband and wife team, how you can make freaking 6 figures, how you can make 117 after taxes. Okay, you make 94, but come on, let's be serious here. Let's be serious here. Who else you know is making that kind of money? Nobody. And I just gave out the formula on how to do it. Nobody else is going to do this, but we're gonna see. You got questions? comments, leave them down at the bottom, man. But I'm about to flip this screen, and I'm about to do a quick little vape war for a few minutes, and then I'm gone. All right, to the next video, man. Y'all know how we do. Y'all be safe on the road, drivers. Study this video, man. Get that money. Got questions, comments, complaints, whatever. You know, you want to leave negative feedback. Who cares? It doesn't bother me. So if you think that by you leaving negative feedback, it gets to me, it doesn't. All right, I'm going to still respond to your question. I'm going to laugh about it, and I'm still going to respond to it, and I'm still going to leave it up. Because, like I told you before, my haters are my biggest fans, and they inspire me to keep doing these videos even more and make more truckers out here be more successful and get this money. So you can leave your little negative feedback, your little negative comment, and it's not going to hurt my feelings. And no, I'm not going to take it down. I'm going to leave it up for everybody to see how much of a fool you look. All right? So, deuces. Y'all be safe out there, drivers. To the next video, which will probably be sometime next week, man. Check y'all later, man. Peace. Vape Wars, here we come. Vape Wars. Let's go.
You do what you want when you pop it. Yeah. You do what you want when you pop it. You do what you want when you cop it. You do what you want when you got it.